This is the 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL. Does it have the right features for the right price? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I borrowed this Sonata SEL from my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai in Shreveport, Louisiana. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. Here on the front end, we'll find full LED lighting and something that we're sure to start seeing more of, as we're seeing it on more and more Hyundai models, is going to be our LED lighting that runs all the way across the front end like this. We're already seeing this on a couple of models. I guarantee you we'll see it on a couple more as changes come in the next few years. LED daytime running lights and LED headlights and a nice looking front end. It's not all gloss black. Not sure if there's too much there or not, but you do have some of that silver finish that helps out. And something that's new for 2024 is going to be the fact that you don't have to go with front wheel drive. If you're maybe cross shopping the Honda Accord that only offers front wheel drive, well, as of 2024 with the Sonata, all wheel drive is now available. Let's talk about the tire and wheel size on this SEL trim level, minus tongue twists. 215 on our width, a 55 series sidewall, and wrapped around the 17-inch wheels. The advantage to 17-inch wheels is that you're going to have a little more sidewall. That means better ride quality. So little things like that make a difference. I would like to see this area functional. It just seems like if it's there, why make it just something that's cosmetic? But that's my opinion on the matter. Here's what you're going to have on this trim level. This is going to be your remote. No matter basically any trim level you get, you're going to have this remote. You will have remote start here and a couple of other things that I know a lot of you really like to have on your vehicles. Now, these are going to be manually folding side view mirrors, but that's pretty much where the manual configurability stops, or should I say the manual way of adjusting. We'll put that a little bit better. But you have power adjustable side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring built in. I know you like power adjustability, but they're also going to be heated. That's standard, a good thing to have, and a nice look with the overall body lines here. We're going to come back here to the rear and finish things off with, again, LED lighting. The LED tail lights. And we have that balance once again that I think is just right between gloss black and silver trim. This gloss black spoiler here on the rear does make things look rather nice and rather sporty. Speaking of sporty, doesn't matter how sporty a vehicle looks if you don't have the right amount of horsepower and torque. Let's see what you can expect with this Sonata. Under the hood is the 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine. It makes 191 horsepower and 181 pounds-feet of torque. One thing that I think will make a big difference for a lot of people, well, number one, even though this won't make a big difference, is the fact that you do have these struts here to help open the hood and keep it open. No manual prop rods to go looking for. But the main thing that I think will get a lot of people's attention here, especially, again, going back to if you're cross-shopping the Accord, is going to be the transmission. It is not a CVT, it's an 8-speed automatic. And how about your gas mileage details? 25 city, 36 highway, 29 combined, and 3.4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. If you're curious to know, this model has a gas cap as opposed to capless fuel fill, and the gas tank size is 15.9 gallons. And there are a number of ways to gain access to your cargo space here in the trunk area. I'm going to push that button, the dampening takes over, and the trunk opens all the way up. It's not a power trunk, but it's very close. It sure operates that way. 16 cubic feet of cargo capacity, and very good news. It shouldn't really be a surprise because this is not a hybrid model, but you have a spare tire and all the tools to change a tire. If you want to maximize cargo space, you pull on those two releases right there, and that allows you to lower the middle seats, or the rear seats. We don't have middle seats here. I just did an SUV, so forgive me for having my mind stuck there. You lower the seat backs in the back seat. There we go. And that's how you maximize cargo capacity. And for those of you who want to see it, here is what that looks like from this vantage point. And you're going to find ample space on the armrest for your rear seat passengers. A nice combination with our color scheme here in the interior. It's not all black. I like that, a lighter interior. Now, I know some people out there, parents with really little kids, you might say, you know what, Tom, I want a dark interior because it won't show stains the same way that this interior will. But that's what we have in this case. You'll also have your bottle holder here. I would not call that a door bin because it's just not that big. You will find the fold down cup holders, or the fold down armrest with the cup holders built in. And here on the rear of the center console, not much to talk about outside of USB ports. There are a couple here. No air conditioning vents in the rear seat area. I don't think that's a bad thing because you don't have a huge interior, but that's the way it is. And a little bit of storage right here on the rear seat on the passenger side. And there are the oh crap handles, one at every door in case the driver wants to drop the hammer on 191 horsepower. One of the most important points, if not the most important point of any vehicle in this day and age, is the price. What exactly is it? At Mike Morgan Hyundai, you're going to pay $29,705 for this particular Sonata. Let's see what else you get for the price. Underneath here, well, I can't show you everything, but you know what's there. All the controls for your windows, and then your power mirrors adjusted right here. Pretty easy to deal with that. Good size door bin, more of a door bin here in the front than what we had in the rear. And you can see what else we have right here as far as some of our other features go. The lever right here allows you to adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. You just drop that lever down. And for those of you who like to save a lot of money when you go to trade your vehicles in, I think I know why you don't use this lever to its full capacity. You turn the lights on and off, but you don't move it into the up and the down positions and use your blinkers, because when you trade your Sonata in a couple of years or so, however many years it is, you can say that the turn signal bulbs are unused. That's why you do that, why you don't use your blinkers, right? Okay, if you made it to this point in the video, it's okay to laugh. Right here, I can't really say anything sarcastic about that, but it is interesting that this is the location for your lever for your windshield wipers. Right here is your shifter. I find myself reaching up here, at least I have in the past. I think I'm more adjusted now and used to it. But let's talk about how this shifter works. You will twist it back to go into reverse, twist it forward to go into drive, and push the button right here to go into park. Now I'm going to go back into reverse just so I can show you the multi-view rear view camera. You do have 3 different views. So if you were curious about that, there are your views. Nice bright view, nice bright picture. Very vibrant, easy to see. And the flickering effects you see, it's not really happening. My camera picks it up that way, but it's not actually happening. Just so you know, people do ask about that, so I like to make sure that people know about what's going on there. But a very nice look with your digital instrument cluster. It looks nice and modern. I really like that. Easy to deal with. You can use the shifter paddles here to work your way back and forth through the 8-speed automatic transmission. And over here, there's a little bit of a curvature with your center screen, the infotainment screen right here. I don't know how well that shows up with the camera, but it is nice that it's angled towards the driver just a little bit, a little more driver focus. And so when it goes into, or when you go into this particular menu, there's a lot going on here. So you can see a lot of different information about the vehicle, see what's going on with it, make a lot of changes, whatever you need to do. But it's easy to deal with. That's what I like. You can even go into climate, but I like the fact that you don't have to adjust your climate here. It's adjusted right here. You do have dual zone climate control, so that's nice to have. Heated seats, something we don't need today, but that's what's here. Some of you might live in an area where you don't have to deal with high heat the way we do here in Northwest Louisiana, but a very simplistic system to learn and use. Wireless capabilities for pairing your phone. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We'll also have several different one-touch buttons right here, depending on what you need to see on your screen. You can go to your map right there if you want to, and that's there. You can go home, whatever you need to do. And then control your volume here, change your stations here. Kind of old school technology, but I think that's something we still need to have in all of our vehicles instead of having everything go into the infotainment screen. There are some automakers that are doing that now, And honestly, I just don't think that's the right direction to go. But some people might say, you know what, Tom, I like that. So to each their own, right? Now you won't find a wireless charging pad here, but you will find a couple more USB options. And there is your spring-loaded door. I guess we would call that spring-loaded, maybe not, but it's interesting how you push on that door and it just pops open like that to reveal the 12-volt power outlet. And then we have our drive mode selector right here. So if you're curious to know what your driving modes are, we have Sport, My Drive, which you can configure several things yourself, and then you have Normal, and it goes back to Sport. So if you're curious, there you go. Brake hold or auto hold is right here if you want to use that, your cup holders and the center console. It's not the largest center console, but it's also not the smallest. And if you're curious to see what you have on the upper console, I'll kind of give you a wide angle here, hopefully wide enough to see everything you need to see as far as what's up there. And you do have your glove box right here. I'll make sure I show that. Not any gloves in there, but there is space for gloves if you want to put them in. Now you have a manually adjustable passenger seat, but the driver's seat is power. And let's see here, it does have lumbar support, so you can adjust that. That's a very popular feature apparently, because a lot of you talk about not being happy when a vehicle doesn't have lumbar support. And you might have noticed that I never said anything about a sunroof, and that's because there is no sunroof on this particular model. So the bad thing about that is I don't have the best view, at least in my personal opinion, for the test drive. So the best we could do is just to stick you up in the windshield. Now, I am driving in sport mode, and I must say that it does give this Sonata a very sporty feel to it as far as how it drives. The engine RPM goes up a little higher than it would, or faster than higher, faster than it would otherwise, a little bit. Not a lot, but enough to where you can tell a little bit of a difference. But it does have an overall sporty feel to it as far as the driving experience goes. In my opinion, I think the ride quality is good. I think it's very much acceptable. It's not terribly uncomfortable in my opinion. It may not be a Cadillac, but at the same time, it's not a tank, so it should be okay for a nice long road trip. The seats seem to be comfortable. I feel good in these seats. I don't know what to tell you as far as on a long road trip, how that would work long term, because I don't have that experience. Maybe somebody who does have that experience can tell us down in the comments section what that is like. So we're gonna get out here and get up a little more speed and see how we do accelerating here, especially with a slower moving vehicle in front of me. This one has been a little slow for a little while, so we'll see how it does. Well, I say they're slower. All of a sudden they're going to speed up when I have the chance to pass them, but you know what? We're gonna pass them anyway. Now keep in mind, you don't have a CVT, so you don't have that droning from the CVT that you often get. Definitely no problem accelerating. So if you're saying, well, Tom, is 191 horsepower enough? It seems to be. You need to drive the vehicle for yourself before you make a decision on that. But overall, I think the driving experience definitely deserves some high marks. And the technology obviously has changed for 2024, but that doesn't mean that it's become more complicated. In fact, I think it's very simplified here. Easy to deal with. You wirelessly pair your smartphone. All of those typical features that we're expecting to see in our vehicles these days are here, and it's easy to see out of. So depending on trim level will determine some of the features that you'll have that will help in that area. But overall, I think it's a very well balanced vehicle for the price. You definitely get a lot of great features for not a ridiculous amount of money, at least in my personal opinion. So that's always a good thing. It depends on what you deem an acceptable and fair price. And there it is, the 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL. Does it have the right features for the right price? Tell me what your thoughts are as far as this particular model is concerned. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai for loaning me this Sonata for the day. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.